Hey guys, this is the second video of the Let's Code series. In last video, I have told you how to set up the Python on your machines. I hope you have got to the point where your Python is running and working. If not, I would request you to go back to that previous video. I will put a link into the I notation so you can check the video and refer to it and come back to learn uh, one of the Python's feature, which is Python's interactive shell. And I will show you how this interactive shell actually works. We will be doing some nitty-gritty things on how we can use interactive shell in our day-to-day life and how we can use it to uh, get the output instantaneously. So let's jump into it. So in order to do that, first you have to actually open the terminal. So in my case, I will do command and space. It will open the shell and type it terminal and show open the shell, which is something like this. In your case, it might be different. So let me bump up the size so you guys can see. So sorry, Python hyphen version, which will show me the version. And now, so if you type Python hyphen version, it will show you the version like this. So I'm using Python 3.7.3. You might be using a different one. It depends on the OS, but I recommend you to use the latest version available for your operating system. Now, let's jump into the Python shell. So in order to invoke your Python interactive shell, you have to do Python and hit enter. Okay, so here is the Python. So this is the Python interactive shell. So if I write something like this, 2 plus 2, it will say 4. So the Python interactive shell actually gives you output instantaneously. Also, if you want to define a variable, if I say data equals to my city is, okay, if I do like this and say this, it will say data, for data the value is this, my city is Pune. So actually my data is here. Okay, I have defined the data variable, which actually have a string, which is over here. We will come back to string and variables and such in my next videos, but for now I would like you to actually get familiar with your Python program and get a feel of how Python actually works. And interactive shell is the best place to actually test your code before you even write it, if it is actually working or not. What else you can do with your interactive shell? So you can also do the module import. So for instance, I'm using import time. Import is actually the keyword which actually lets you import the modules that are inbuilt in Python. So what inbuilt module means, so if I see module time, which is built in, there are some modules which actually comes packaged with your Python installer. So these you can use by these you don't have to actually download it or create a separate program for this. You can just directly use this. So how this works, if I set time dot time, this is the time that's correctly we have right now. So this is actually the current time in seconds. And so if I go here and say so if I want to see what available methods are there, so in order to go through manual or go over on the web to check the manual for this particular import that we did, or any module that we have built in, so we can just do help and then in the bracket, and I will put time. Here you can see there is a time module over here. All the description will be shown here. Okay, so let's try one more thing. Let's see how this works in the interpreter. So if I want to say this, data descriptors are defined here, right? So there are different descriptors, there is different attributes, and so on and so forth. You can see what are functions we have: ASC time, clock get RES, that's resolution, precision that we want for our clock. I will show you here. So to get out of this one, this manual or help page, you just have to hit Q. You're out of it. Now you can actually interact with a lot of things using this Python interpreter. It will show you all the outputs right away. So if I say 2 into 3, 2 into 3 is 6. If I say 2 divisible by 5, or sorry, 10 divisible by 5, 4, it will say 2. Why? Because it actually gives you the integer division or float quotient of anything that you type here. So if I say 22 divided by 4, it will say 5.5. okay, because this is actually the actual division. It will give you float division, right? Or integer, so, yes, float division, float quotient and into integer division. And we can do a math operation: 2 minus 3 minus 1 and such. So this will all show in your Python interpreter. It will show, and you can pretty much do all the operations here. You can even say def print underscore me. Okay, now I will write I will say print underscore, also print hello world. We can say that's it. Now if I want to say print underscore me, it will say hello world. You don't have to return over here. This is actually a method. I'm just actually trying to see how my output would be. So this is how interpreter actually works. You can type your whole Python program here and see if it's working or if it's not working. So it's actually a pretty good way to check if your Python program is actually going to work. Um, as you guys might be beginner, you guys can use Python interactive shell to see your Python program working at the live. You don't have to actually create a file and then run it. So basically interactive shell is a better place to start with. So I hope you guys like the video. That's it from me for today. So you can, if you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, put a comment what part you didn't like it, and do subscribe. Till then, goodbye.